So with Tailwind, you can use it for many different frameworks like Vue.js, Next.js. In our case, we're just going to be using it as a post CSS plugin. So to install, we can also use it as a CDN, but that's it has some limitations. So in our case, we're just going to use npm to install Tailwind, and then we will get stuck in with our project. Okay, so we need to have a folder for our workspace. In our case, we made a folder called Tailwind to hold our Tailwind project, and the first project will be an Apple website. So we'll make a folder called Apple, and then we will we'll open terminal inside it. We'll open it inside VS Code, sorry, and then we will make a new terminal in VS Code so we can run npm and install Tailwind. So right over here we just have to do npm install init, sorry, and then that will initialize the npm, will initialize our project, and right over here we can install Tailwind. So let's go over to the getting started guide, installation guide. So we just need to use npm install Tailwind CSS. So we're going through the installation guide for how to add Tailwind CSS into your project. As I explained earlier, we're not going to be using a Vue.js application or any frameworks like React or Next.js. So we're just going to be using Tailwind as a post CSS plugin. So the first thing that we have already done is install Tailwind using npm. You can go ahead and use Yarn if you want to, but in our case we're just using npm. So now let's add Tailwind to our CSS. So we want to go ahead and make a new folder. So we'll call it source, and in this folder we'll have style.css. So make a new file in the source folder, call it style.css, and inside this style.css, just like it's mentioned in the installation guide, we're going to have 3 lines of code. So we're going to include the base, the components, and the utilities in this style.css. Go back to our installation guide. There's going to be a lot of steps that we can just skip through because they're optional. So let's go down all the way to using Tailwind CLI. Okay, so now we need to add a new script inside our package.json. So let's go over here. Let's go over to the scripts section inside the package.json file, and we need to have our custom script. So we want to use the same one that is listed on the website over here. We just need to basically customize it so it meets our folder and file, which is style.css. So make sure you do that. So we need to also have a new folder called public/style.css, which is basically what we'll be using in our project. And we also have an index.html to have our HTML content. And then we can go ahead and run this script by using npm run build css, and that should build our CSS. So if we go to now public style.css, you can see all of the stuff that is in source has been actually published inside the style.css folder in public. So now we can link this style.css inside our public folder, and we can include it inside index.html, and we can use all of these classes that we want, whichever class we want. For example, width, so like w10. As you can see, this is a class. We can just use it directly over here. Just to clarify and summarize what we have done right here is we have made a script called build CSS. So what that does, it will basically package all of our, if we go to style.css, it will package all of the base components and utilities in Tailwind, and it will basically publish it inside style.css. And this is what we will be linking to our website, so we can use it directly from style.css. And that basically covers what we've just done. And let's go ahead to our next step, which is basically building the website. So now let's link the style.css inside our HTML website. So we just have to use the link tag, and we'll include our style.css. Now let's just test it quickly. Let's have let's add Apple for our title, which is going to be an Apple website, and let's add something over here and style it to make sure that we have actually linked it and it's actually working. So let's just make a new h1, and we'll give it text screen using text screen 500 using the Tailwind class. Let's try it now. Let's see. Let's open it up, and as you can see, we have actually formatted the text and it has been styled. So we have actually linked the Tailwind style.css. So now we can go ahead and we can continue with our website, which is to build an Apple website. Okay.